Und damit willkommen zurück zu The Great Ace Attorney Adventure Chronicles, meine Lieben. Immer mal realistisch, wir scrollen erstmal zu unseren Listen Number 6 und fragen ihn erstmal da, was los ist. Vermut mal, dass er bei ihm dann der Fall ist, dementsprechend. Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defense culpability in this case? Das was mit dem Fall zu tun. Sorry, what is that? You'll have to speak up, lad. Really spricht so leise. Could you tell us more about that fire? It was last winter. My grandchildren, also meine Enkelkinder, baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It's 75 candles on the top. It did. What a sight to behold it was. You put candles on the cake? Was what it some kind of devil worship? Was ist das für ein Teufelszeug? Of course not. It was an ancient cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously. Oh, die sind, glaube ich, beide ein bisschen zu sehr geschockt darüber, was die jeweilige andere Nation da macht. Ja gut, andere Länder, andere Sitten, würde ich mal sagen, aber in Europa ist das recht verbreitet, muss ich sagen. So kenne ich mich in anderen Nationen zu schlecht aus, muss ich fairerweise sagen, wie das jetzt halt ist. It seems that a common custom here in Britain, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, I must turn all my proof to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somewhere. Also ich habe falsch geblasen. The flames didn't go out, but candles went flying all over the room. Also die sind in den ganzen Raum geflogen. The third night coat, everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke. Defendly sounds like devil worship to myself. Wäre schlecht für mich. By the sneeze, I promise you mean a cold. But how did you catch the fire from the fire? What a fiasco it was. Was für ein Fiasko das war. The grandchildren blossom with their water over me as they tried to put out the flames. It's then because the whole room and had filled it up with smoke, of course natürlich. Der Raum füllte sich mit Rauch. We had to open all the windows to clear. Wir haben dann damit alles zu tun, die Fenster aufzumachen und zu putzen. The windows. The beating wind rushed over them like the devil dancing on my grave did it. I caught a terrible cold from it, but me in hospital for a while. Ich habe mich dann quasi, also, die schreckliche Kälte mitgebracht. Ich habe mich dann in ein Krankenhaus für eine Weile gebracht. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry. Ich werde gesagt niemals vergessen. I knew it was devil worship along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. We need to demonstrate who would, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street, as well as how he or she could have done it. Yes, but once again, the juror statements are full of personal projectively. A lot of them seems convincing, they're right, even in their face local arguments in the country. I think you are going to need to pit him against each other from some accept an alternative explanation. Yes. I don't necessarily need to find contractually between theirs. I don't. There is this assertion has a connection made to be trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike. That's the spirit. Das ist der Spirit. Oh, ganz ehrlich gesagt, und ich muss mal geschwind mal, winter house fires are tired. You have the winter day. In that diving you have to open windows to clear the smoke. That's when the chill gets you see, also dementsprechend hat es irgendwas damit. If the boy was throwing books, is he related to this crime is in it? Moment mal. Und wie gefühlt muss man sagen, muss ich ihn mit ihm hier zusammentun. Muss ich sagen, gefühlt ist er so assist to juror statements clearly contractly one another. They do. How exactly, console? Don't point me again. I told you it wasn't me. What is it that you say? Speak up, speak up, also sprich lauter. Juror number 3. Do you see me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6 account of this birthday celebration last year? It seems despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be made not open to the... Ach so, da drauf wird angespielt bei den zwei. Ah, okay. Also dementsprechend, weil das Gespräch ja darum ging, dass da Rauch aufgetaucht ist, von den Kerzen, die dann ein Feuer quasi entfacht haben. Und das dann quasi kein Londoner mitten im Winter machen sollte. Oder macht. Dass da eben wirklich kalt ist. Darum geht's. Jetzt verstehe ich den ganzen Kontext davon. Ne? Hat zwar bei mir jetzt ein bisschen gebraucht, aber hey, why not, ne? Exactly. One of the day in question at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Gary Depp's household, and Mr. Gary Depp had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke. Also, da muss man ja quasi dann... Moment, wo ist der Buchstabe? Was ich... Ah, ja. For number 4. Do you have something to say about that? Ich muss doch irgendwann mal aufs Klo, wenn ich mir das ganze Spektakel hier so anschaue, oder? Miss Gary Depp? Oh dear me, what is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hitting who really I am? It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. Please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What, I beg your pardon, what are you insinuating? Auch entschuldigung, wenn ich das Wort falsch ausgesprochen habe. Vorlesen und dann versuchen, dann auch richtig und schnell zu machen, ist keine gute Idee, glaubt mir. The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase catch fire as it did. In the situation like that is inconceivable. Ich bin froh, wenn ich einmal kein englischsprachiges Let's Play mehr habe, nachdem ich das durch habe geführt. That you would haven't opened the window. And what if we did? Alright then, yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been the easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire. Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terrible bad or nervous to do otherwise. Of course should I have realized that. That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You have managed to establish the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mr. Gerrit's formal statement. Also dementsprechend dann hat sich das dann auch geupdatet. Machen wir es mal so. Dementsprechend gefällt muss man das erst mal sagen. Ja. Dementsprechend mal schauen, was sie dazu zu sagen hat. Jetzt hat the first book found at the sense of the crime shows very obvious sickness for fire damage, and the title of the book is The Lion's Bride. The same title in the fact is the book that Mr. Garrett told us he had been reading. Well, I really could say it. On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Bride that he had been reading? I did. It was the first thing I could lay my head on. I so hurriedly it straight him. And now you came to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoyed reading, also hat es genossen zu lesen. Alright. Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Because I can't you insult little man. I didn't remember, ich konnte mich nicht dran erinnern. At times like that you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on as you will. I barely notice a book, much less the title of it. Sag mal, was hast denn du jetzt dazu zu sagen, mein Lieber? What is Juror number 5? You know, wisst ihr Sachen? I've remembered what it was. That memory I did block out. Ich habe diese Erinnerung ausgeblendet. I was listening to what this granny was saying, was diese Oma gesagt hat. I brought it all floating back. What are you calling a granny? You cheeky devil. Cheeky? Denn das jetzt schon wieder heißen. Ihr kommt doch mir nicht mit Wörtern daher, mit denen ich nichts anfange. Ach, frecher Teufel. Okay. I miss Gary Debt or the maid. I'll have you know. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being it all the time. It was about 2 weeks ago. I just go back after home to work like. I put my hand in the pocket for the Vegas. Ich habe meine Hände in die Tasche getan. I earned that day I need earlier died. Ich wäre früher gestorben. There was a hole. Das war ein low. Every last penny had dropped out. Ich habe den ganzen Penny verloren. Also waren. You have yet the half of it, boy. Die Hälfte aber gehört, Junge. The wife was cutting up the same chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out of, but I told Strange I've lost the days was lived. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear, stuck into the wall next to me. It did about an inch deep. No Worte, also keine Worte. Nur Terror? I could smell it, you know, that good awful stench of the Thames. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks. That night I can tell you, ich kann dir sagen. I sagen, no, that's a really disaster, isn't it? I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When a woman loses their rage, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Naruto, you must say. Oh no, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people isn't so only. Attack with honor, using a like that. What? Attack? Who are you going to attack? We had an attack, never mind. Anyway, this man's word. I would give in all right. We'll look back to the bow and around the. Also dementsprechend gefühlt. Wollen wir doch mal wissen, was er jetzt halt wieder damit zu sorgen hat. Dementsprechend, yay. Da verhören wir ausnahmsweise mal ernsthaft mal die Tür, was da schon wieder los ist. Also ich bin ja sichtlich überrascht, was da immer von sich gehen sollte. Ich sag's euch, ey. Mann, oh Mann. Your wife really threatened a chicken knife at you? Hühnchenmesser. That's right, das ist richtig. She was chopping meat with it. Had a tidy inch on it, believe me. It all my memories, isn't it? It started with that smile she throws me when we are courting, and since then is a list of things she's thrown at me, is growing along your relationship. There was a coop, then a glass, and pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, das zählt einige Haushaltsgegenstände auf. Your wife must be even beefer. Was für ein Beef wollen die jetzt schon wieder haben? Ei, oh mein, oh mein. Irgendein Beef habe ich das Gefühl. Bulliger. Okay. Ihre Frau ist bulliger, Senor. And things came to her head last week when she threw me right into the Thames. Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you. Ich freue mich so für euch. If you want to know what I think was whole idea of ladies first, that we are so obsessed with this country, was thought up by some clever ladies who'd been toasted in the Thames a few too many times by their wives. That's a very interesting, das ist eine sehr interessante Theorie. What a terrible thought, das ist eine schreckliche Sachverhalt. One, the face of it. This churro statement just sounds like a really extreme anecdote, das ist eine sehr extreme Anekdote. But I think may turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. Also ich denke, das macht es zu einem extrem powerful Munition. A weapon I might be able to use to make the churros accept an alternative explanation here. When in a rage, will hurl almost anything. The kitchen knife really thought that home to me. Den haben wir ja schon mit Nummer 6. It was some noble alternative explanation, but how victims David might concern. Irgendwie gefühlt muss die 2 und die 5 irgendwie zusammenpassen sein. Muss man fairerweise sagen. Two statements clearly have deeply significant. Good grief, you mean that? Explain, consult at once. Number 2, do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, whatever do you mean? Eine Alternative, also eine andere Universum, also andere Explanation. Explanation. Nein, hab ich das mal vergessen. Eine Erläuterung oder Erklärung. Radio-tauglich, aber worüber redet ihr? We have demonstrated that the 4 books, the Lion Sprite, that was founded at the center of the crime, originated in Mr. Garrett's room on the top floor of this house, on the floor. Therefore, it's actually possible that same other objects besides the book could have its way from the Garrett household to the street below. What now? Mr. Garrett that could have thrown a number of different objects at her husband. Isn't right, sure, number 4. What are you insinuating now, you little benavel? I'm being to think that everywhere signs the truth that das richtige Original of this book came too late. Perhaps she has feelings this might be what happened. Now you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of this jury, I demanded a straight answer. You give us the yarn about objects making its way out of the house, but what about us? What is others? I'm really talking about a big gamble hier. Das ist eine große Sachverhalt, also Spielen oder so. Ich weiß gar nicht, was Gamblen eigentlich heißt, muss man sagen. Muss man fairerweise sagen. Zocken, also große Zockerei. That was a bold accusation to make, but I have any really evidence. Ich habe keinen wirklichen Beweis dafür in der Hand. But I'm content that the very last this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense theory. Aber wie wir von der Verteidigung her die Theorie erklären werden oder präsentieren werden, erfahren wir allerdings erst im nächsten Part. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten und bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Lieben.